the Community Development Committee meeting for the Metropolitan Council on August 19th, 2024. We have a quorum of the committee. I'm the chair, Robert Lilligren. Committee members, we have a public hearing on our agenda today, so I'll say a few words about that. We have the posted agenda in front of us. If there's no changes or corrections, we'll consider that our agenda. Cool. All right. And next is approval of the minutes from the August 5th regularly scheduled committee of the Community Development Committee. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Move the minutes.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Council members Wolf and Vento. Any discussion, addition, corrections on the minutes? Hearing none, all in approval, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries. So we'll move on to our public hearing. The first item, that's our first item of business. It's 2024-224. It's a public hearing for the Public Housing Agency 5-year plan. We had a presentation at the last Community Development Committee meeting on the plan. So just for background, as the administrator of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's Housing Choice Voucher Program, the Met Council's Housing and Redevelopment Authority is required to prepare and submit a Public Housing Agency 5-year plan. This plan serves as the guide to the Metropolitan HRA, Housing Redevelopment Authority programs, policies, operations, strategies for serving the needs of very low and extremely low income households. The plan is intended to be a convenient source of information for program participants, the federal government, and the communities of the region. The administrative plan, the HRA's main policy document, is an attachment to the plan. This 5-year plan and its attachments are the subject of our hearing today. So now I will open the public hearing. We welcome public comments. So far we have no people signed up to speak today. So is there anyone here that is looking to speak in this public hearing? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and thank staff for creating the document. Public comments can still be received by up to 4:30 p.m. Saturday, August 31st. And as a reminder, to comment on the Public Housing Agency 5-year plan, members of the public who are listening may comment in the following ways. You can write to us at Met Council at 390 Robert Street North, St. Paul, Minnesota, 55101. You can fax comments to 651-602-1313, or you can email comments to Stephanie Paulson, that's stephanie.ie.paulson, SON at METC, that's metcouncil.state.mn.us, or you can record a comment on the public comment line at 651-602-1500. And at the close of the public comment process, our staff will prepare a summary of all the public comments, and Met Council will have an opportunity, we will have an opportunity to review those comments prior to any council action on the Public Housing Authority plan. Cool. So we will now resume our meeting agenda. First is the consent item. It is a multifamily comprehensive plan, item 2024-217. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Thank you, Councilmembers Vento and Wolf. Any discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none, all in approval, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries, and we will move into our non-consent business items. First is 2024-218. It's the City of Lakeland 2040 Comprehensive Plan Amendment, and Emma Dvorak is here to present. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Chair and Council members. My name is Emma Dvorak. I am a Senior Planner and Sector Representative for Local Planning Assistance and Community Development. Before you today is the review of the City of Lakeland's 2040 Comprehensive Plan. Lakeland, located in Washington County on the St. Croix River, was established in the mid-1850s. Lakeland has gradually developed into a community with homes, parks, and small businesses. Today, Lakeland is a vibrant community with engaged residents, active parks, and a thriving business environment. I would like to inform the commissioners that Emily Harold, Assistant Planner at MSA Professional Services, who serves as the current consultant for the City of Lakeland, is also in the audience today.
Welcome, Ms. Harold. Thanks for being here and thanks for your work.
As shown in Figure 1 on the screen and in your staff report, this map shows location of regional components within the City of Lakeland. The city has entirely provided wastewater services using private subsurface treatment systems. The plan does not propose or anticipate requesting connection to the regional wastewater disposal system within the 20-year planning period. The plan accurately reflects that there is one principal arterial, I-94, within the city's boundary. The plan also accurately reflects the regional functional classification map of A minor arterials, which shows a single minor arterial, Washington County Road 18. The plan is consistent with the freight policies of the Transportation Policy Plan, and the plan identifies I-94 as the primary freight movement route in and through the community. The plan acknowledges the Middle St. Croix Valley Regional Trail Search Corridor and Regional Bicycle Transportation Network, of which there are 2 search corridors within city boundaries that are mapped and discussed accurately in the plan. As shown in Figure 2 of the staff report, the city is identified as a rural residential community designation consistent with Thrive MSP 2040. Located in Washington County, it is surrounded by other rural residential and diversified rural communities. Thrive describes rural residential communities as having residential patterns characterized by large lots that do not have plans to provide urban services or infrastructure, such as centralized wastewater treatment. Many of these communities have topographical development limitations and a development pattern with a lot size that is generally ranging from 1 to 2.5 units per acre. Rural residential communities are expected to discourage future development of rural residential patterns, and where opportunities exist, plan for rural development at densities that are not greater than 1 unit per 10 acres. This table shows the population, household, and employment forecasts for the City of Lakeland. The city proposes a minor forecast revision to future population, which the Met Council staff supports. Additionally, in the 5 years since the city staff and council have discussed the forecast, the U.S. Census Bureau has counted the 2020 population as 1,710. Metropolitan Council will revise the Lakeland population forecasts effective with council action on the plan update. The Metropolitan Council requires sufficient land supply to accommodate the forecasted growth. The city describes an undeveloped land supply of 255 acres of low-density residential land at rural residential densities. Approximately 205 acres of low-density residential land are currently used for extraction, which is anticipated to continue for the duration of this planning period. The forecast expects 20 additional households during the 2020 to 2040 period. As shown in Figure 3 of your staff report, this map reflects the existing land uses for the City of Lakeland. The City of Lakeland is predominantly developed with single-family detached homes. The city is mostly built out, but small pockets of undeveloped land remain and have a potential to develop for residential or business uses. The plan also identifies policies that promote the enhancement and encouragement of preserving rural open space, agriculture, and residential uses. As shown in Figure 4 of your staff report, this map reflects the planned land uses for the City of Lakeland. The city's dominant planned land use categories are low-density residential and medium-density residential. The low-density residential is defined as land that is primarily used for single-family detached uses and associated accessory uses. Land in this designation is developed with private and individual subsurface sewage treatment systems and is connected to the city's municipal water supply. The existing neighborhoods and lots in this designation typically range in size from approximately 1/4 of an acre to 4 acres in size, and the average size is 1.4 acres. Medium-density residential is defined as land in the City of Lakeland's historic core, which was platted in the late 18 and early 1900s. Existing single-family development in this designation is predominantly single-family detached uses, but some single-family attached and some small multifamily uses are present. Land in this designation is developed with private individual subsewage surface treatment systems and is connected to the city's municipal water supply. The existing historic core includes lots that range in size from less than a quarter acre to approximately 1 acre, and the average lot size is approximately 0.6 acres. While the predominant existing lot sizes are not consistent with the rural residential community designation, future subdivisions will be consistent with regional policy, and new development or redevelopment must comply with the rural residential density standards. Staff finds that the Lakeland 2040 Comprehensive Plan, conform to regional system plans, is consistent with council policies, and is compatible with the plans of adjacent and affected jurisdictions. Staff recommends that at its meeting on Wednesday, August 28th, the Metropolitan Council authorize the City of Lakeland to place its 2040 comp plan into effect, revise the city's forecast as shown in the attached review record, and advise the city to implement the advisory comments in the review record for forecast, subsurface water management, and water supply. This concludes my presentation. At this time, I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Ms. Dvorak, for your work on this and for your presentation. Committee members, any questions or discussion on this report? Yeah, Councilmember Wolf.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just one thing in the agenda, it calls it a comprehensive plan amendment.
Amendment,
But
right.
it's an update of the whole plan, so.
I'm sorry, that is my error. I've taken it off on a few places, but I missed one.
Okay.
So that you are correct, Councilmember Rowe.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that that gets corrected before it goes to the full council meeting. And with that, I would move approval.
Thank you, Councilmember. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Councilmember Chambliss. Discussion on the motion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in approval, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries. Thank you very much, Ms. Dvorak.
Thank you.
Yeah, our other non-consent business item is the 2024 budget amendment for the third quarter. This is in joint committee item, and Adam Yang is here to present. Welcome, Mr. Yang.
Thank you. Good
Is this your
afternoon.
first time presenting to committee?
Yes, this
Oh,
is, so.
welcome. You don't look familiar, so okay, welcome.
All right, so good afternoon, Chair and committee members. My name is Adam Yang, and I'm a Principal Financial Analyst for Community Development. I'll be filling in for Heather Giesel as she's on vacation. So, as you all know, budget amendments are a routine part of our annual budget process, and we come to you approximately quarterly as we need to adjust our operating and capital budgets. Tonight, we are requesting to amend Community Development's capital program. This amendment includes several items from the most recent legislative session, which I'll cover in more detail shortly. In the authorized new project section, we're requesting to authorize $26.2 million in legacy funds that is distributed by formula to the parks implementing agencies, $2.9 million in PAOF funding that requires a $1.9 million council match, $3 million in state fiscal year environment and natural resources trust funds appropriation with the $2 million in regional bonds as a council match. And for state appropriations, we have $1.4 million for tree planting to implementing agencies via formula, $500,000 for fishing piers to implementing agencies via competitive process, $2.5 million for community tree planting through competitive process, which is a new program in development, open to communities, not just implementing agencies. For direct appropriations, we have $1.1 million in direct appropriations to 2 projects, not requiring council match. First is the City of South St. Paul tree planting for $688,000. And second is the City of St. Louis Park for the Lions Levy Park pedestrian bridge for $437,000. You'll see Parks Grant staff on September 25th with business items outlining amounts and additional details and signature authorization. Moving on to the administrative adjustments section. Project details for these adjustments can be found in the attachment 3 and represent projects where the funding has already been approved and is now being programmed to a specific project. As a quick reminder, there is no formal action for you to take on these administrative adjustments tonight, but we have included these adjustments for transparency and for accounting purposes. 3 acquisition projects were approved by the council through separate official actions at the recommendation of the Metropolitan Parks and Open Space Commission. The other projects that you see in this section have been reviewed for conformity with the Regional Parks Policy Plan. And last, we have the closing project section. We are removing just over $6 million from 13 completed projects from the Parks Authorized Capital Program. All projects are complete and have been fully expended. Again, our proposed action is that you authorize the 2024 Unified Budget Amendment as indicated and in accordance with the attached tables. Thank you, and I am happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. Very good report. Questions from committee members? Yeah, Councilmember Lee.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Chair. Mr. Yang, I have a question on the page 3 of the staff report. The line items under legacy shares, there's a lot of undesignated money going to different counties. What exactly does that mean? Is that going to, we should assume parks projects that are capital projects?
Yeah, those are capital projects.
Okay.
Thank you. Further questions or discussion on the report of the 2024 Unified Budget Amendment? Questions? Yeah, Councilmember Bento.
I'll move approval.
Great, appreciate it. Is there, thank you, Councilmember Wolf. Discussion on the motion. Any discussion? Yeah, Councilmember Lindstrom.
Not a question, but just a pleasure to see all of this tree planting funding
Great.
come through. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, right?
Right.
And the second best time is today.
Yep.
So we will be enjoying these dollars for generations to come.
Yep, well said.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah, Councilmember
if I
Bento.
could just do a PS to Councilmember Lindstrom's
Please.
remarks. Eric Wojciech has gotten a lot of airtime on public radio the last few days. I've heard him interviewed several times talking about the tree canopy project and the work that we're doing here at the council, so pretty cool.
Thanks.
Doing a great job on articulating the need and the value of trees.
Very cool. Thanks for bringing that up. Any further discussion? Further discussion? Hearing none, all in approval of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries. Thank you, Mr. Yang.
Thank you.
And seeing no further business, Michelle, anything? Terry, anything? Nope, seeing no further business before this committee, we're adjourned.